Welcome to the weird and wonderful channel where folk horror has found a home. When the wheat ripens and the air turns heavy with the smell of cut hay, the countryside whispers warnings older than memory. Harvest time is a season of plenty, yes, but also a season of sacrifice. In folk horror, the fields are never just fields, and the grain is never just grain. The land demands blood, and sometimes the people oblige. The old myths of harvest sacrifice. Across Europe, ancient rituals once marked the cutting of the last sheaf of grain. Folklorists speak of the corn spirit, a presence believed to dwell in the crops. As the scythes moved through the field, the spirit fled from stalk to stalk until at last it was trapped in the final bundle. Farmers treated this sheaf with reverence, decorating it, keeping it through the winter, or even baking it into bread to be eaten at the next planting. But darker tales abound. Some say the corn spirit required a life in exchange for the bounty of the harvest. In certain traditions, a token victim was chosen, a stranger, a criminal, or an animal to stand in for the community. And where the stories grow most unsettling, whispers suggest that not all sacrifices were symbolic. Harvest home and folk horror fiction. This theme finds chilling resonance in literature and film. Take Thomas Tryon's Harvest Home, where an idyllic New England village conceals ancient rites of fertility and blood. Or Robin Hardy's The Wicker Man, in which a devout outsider discovers that harvest bounty comes at the cost of a human offering. In both stories, the terror comes not from monsters or ghosts, but from the smiling faces of neighbours and friends who calmly accept sacrifice as necessary. The ritual of the stranger. One of folk horror's most enduring motifs is the outsider caught in local custom. The stranger arrives, certain of their reason and modern values, only to be drawn into ceremonies they cannot understand or escape. The harvest ritual becomes a crucible, burning away the illusion of safety in civilized life. Imagine arriving in a village where everyone smiles a little too warmly, where the fields stretch too wide and golden, and where your hosts insist you stay until after the festival. The land as antagonist. Folk horror often asks us to consider that the landscape itself may be the true villain. The countryside, so often romanticised, hides its cruelty in plain sight. Crops fail, storms destroy, and winters starve. Is it any wonder our ancestors believed the land must be appeased? The ploughed earth becomes an altar. The fields grow fat, not just with grain, but with the stories of those who vanished at harvest time. Modern echoes. Though we like to believe ourselves far removed from such superstitions, harvest rituals persist in quieter forms. The harvest queen crowned at a festival, the scarecrow paraded through town, even the cornucopia displayed at Thanksgiving. Each is a diluted echo of something once darker, once bloodier. And in fiction, these echoes resurface again and again. Writers and filmmakers remind us that the golden fields are not merely backdrops for quaint festivals, they are stages for dramas of survival, sacrifice, and the uneasy pact between humanity and the earth. The horror beneath plenty. So the next time you pass a field heavy with grain, consider what it cost for such abundance. Think of the corn spirit running ahead of the scythes, think of the festivals that ended in silence, and remember that folk horror lingers in the spaces where human need collides with nature's indifference. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to our channel. Be seeing you!